Hi, it's Elizabeth again. I have been playing with my gel plate some more, and I thought I would just show you what I got. Nothing terribly great, I don't think, but here we go. It's fun and it gets my creativity going, and that's what I need in order to do some more finished artwork. So here we go. I don't have too much to say about that one. You can see the greens and the magentas and the gold. Don't love it, but it's okay. Let's see. Okay, this is the next one, which is absolutely obnoxious, and I like it. The pink and orange and sort of iridescent purple. I'd like to start getting back into doing collages again. I did some small ones in the last year and a half when my mom was sick. And I'd like to start doing some larger ones. Just have to get in the right frame of mind. So what I like about this one is the very sharp lines in contrast with the sort of mottled background and the crusty bits. So that's something that I'm wanting to play with. So thank you for watching. If anybody's watching, I'd love it if you would like and subscribe. I have a jewelry channel where I do most of my content, but I did want to move my art content over here onto this channel. So here we go. Okay, this one is sort of a, I forgot the word. Like a pickup print, but I do like the way that this one has the sharp edges too, but really sort of an interesting background. Anyways, I'd love it if you would leave me a comment. It has been hot here. Okay, so then I moved on to making more sort of background papers where I can do some kind of a painting or something else, another print on top of it, or use for collage. But I really like the way this turned out. And for whatever reason, the particular jelly plate that I'm using sort of repels water. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to turn my fan down. Hang on here. I at least can put something over here. It kind of repels water, and this paint was liquid acrylic, fluid acrylic? Fluid acrylic. And it doesn't stick to the plate the whole time, and so I get these interesting sort of shapes when I pull it off the plate, and sometimes I like that and sometimes I don't. Okay, here's another one of these, and like I said last time, I am using a cardstock, and I'm also using deli paper, and I'm using an 8x10 gel plate, and a bunch of different brands of paint, and different viscosities depending on how I want it to look. Okay. I do really like the way that one turned out. This is another more of a background paper. So what I have going here, these dots are these little daubers that have pigment ink in them, and so that's what that is. I was playing around with those. I don't love them that much, but I figured I might as well use what I have. Okay, and here's another more of a background paper. And hopefully you can see the different amounts of shimmer. It's more matte in here. I just think it's really interesting. And one thing that I do sometimes, if I have a piece of, a print that I find that it is working for me almost, then I might put a kind of a wash of color over it to make everything harmonize a little bit better. I try to use colors that harmonize, but sometimes it needs another step. Or, if I like something a lot but it's really, really bright, I may try to darken it down, or vice versa. If something is really dark, I might try to lighten it up. Well, that's another one that's probably going to be a background paper. I don't have any big plan for what it is that I'm doing, but I thought that it might be interesting for some people to see what it is that I'm doing. I get a lot of inspiration from seeing other people's work and their practice, and I wanted to share. Okay. So these dots were made with basically a sheet of steel that has holes in it. I think it's a kitchen utensil of some kind. So these are not the pigment ink. Those are regular paint. Okay. I think this one will make a beautiful collage paper. Next. Okay, here we can see the sort of the artifact left over of that mask that I used, of the spiral. After several pulls off of the plate. Let me know what you think. Again, it's practice and getting back into the swing of things, but I love playing with the color and the texture. Okay. And one of the things that I like most about using the Gelli plate is that lack of precision. Even if you are trying to be very, very precise in what you're doing, the Gelli plate, it'll throw a curveball at you, and I like that. I think last time I mentioned I like to use these alphabet stamps. Okay, this was a roll-off paper, and then I put some of the pigment ink on it, and this was the original first side. It wasn't going anywhere, so I just turned it over. Alright. This is another roll-off paper that I then took a print with. here's another one that's more of a background paper. And I don't know, I think you can see pretty well, you know, even though this all looks like it's the same color, we have a iridescence in certain spots. And I like that. And of course I love the contrast with the green and the magenta or pink, whatever color that is. Okay. Here's another one. And this one I think would make a nice collage paper or a background print, a background for another print. And it has that pattern that shows up when the paint sort of separates on the plate. Okay, here's another one. And you know, these two are sort of similar. You know, I do like to use just dots of paint on the plate and then roll them with the brayer, but not cover the entire surface sometimes. I think the shapes are really interesting. Okay, here's another one that's probably a background paper or maybe a collage paper. I really like all the metallics that I've got going on in there. Alright. Here's another one with the letters. The letters and the blobs. I really like this part here where it's got the border of the black overlapping the green. Anyways, I don't have anything too intelligent to say about this, but there we go. Another one for background, I think. Let's see. Okay, here's where I got a little crazy with drawing squiggles. So this was just a roll-off paper, and then I used my they're the water-soluble crayons, the Stabilo ones, the woodies. And this type of a pattern is another thing that I like to use a lot. And what's this? Oh, well, this is not even a jelly print. It's just more of that Stabilo. Okay. And here's a print that really was not working for me, so I decided to play around with it and do the Stabilo on it. I think I made this one prior to the two that I just showed you. Look, you can't stop a good thing. Another roll-off paper with the Stabilo woody. Okay. This is definitely missing something, but this type is good, in my opinion, for making collage shapes out of, more than anything. It's a little dark to use as a background, in my opinion. At least it's a little dark to use as a background for another jelly print, is what I mean to say. Got all sorts of colors and crusty stuff in this one. Okay. this one. I like the way this one turned out. You know, orange and blue are so good together in artwork. It's not my favorite color combination, but it just provides so much contrast that I think is wonderful. I am not a trained artist in any means. Just always been a creative person and wanted to know how to do everything. You know, anything creative, I want to learn how to do it. And so there we go. Okay, I think this one is beautiful. Okay, let's see. This one doesn't have any paint on it at all. I drew this with the woody. And I mentioned before that this sort of spiral is a design I like to use in my art. So once I had it down on the paper, I didn't want to put paint over it. Okay, here's another one with a nice contrast. Okay, and then on Wednesday of last week, our power went out. It was very, very, very hot, and the power went out. And so before it got dark, I put some layers of paint and stuff onto my jelly plate, and I left it there until today, where I added some more to it and then did the final pull. Trying to remember exactly what I did. I know I put down on the plate a layer of matte medium. I think actually 2 layers of matte medium because the plate makes it separate a little bit, so I wanted to get better coverage. And then I threw these inks down. These are some kind of a Ranger ink, you know, in the little bottle. I apologize that I don't know the name of them. And then we've got a couple of layers of dots of the pigment ink. And then I realize you can't really see it that well, but this color here, this sort of green, I was able to draw on the plate with my Stabilo woodies. I don't have much luck in doing that on directly on the plate, but since I had all of that matte medium down, I was able to make some marks. It's not my favorite way of using them. I would rather use them afterwards, but there we go. And then today when I sat down, I took a big permanent black marker and I did some more squiggle designs on it, and then I slapped some blue paint on the back and pulled it. So I don't think it's a masterpiece, but it's interesting. Then this was the next one that I did today. I was trying to get some more contrast between the harsh lines here and the more sort of cloudy lines that I made with that Ranger ink. I honestly can't remember what the ink is called, but I got it in a 4-pack, and they're all different metallic sort of hues. Yeah, got them a few years ago though, so I don't know whether they still have them or not. But there we go. Okay, this one is relatively simple. I just used a found stencil. This was it's just a piece of cardstock that has these shapes cut out of it that I have around the house. And so I used that, and then black, and then the beautiful green with all that shimmer. Alright, let's see. Yeah, we got another one with letters. Letters and crusty stuff, and shimmer and shine. You know, and I really love how, you know, I love this area where you can see that other color of shimmer coming through. The sort of orange as opposed to the purpley, like lilac color. This one didn't pull the entire image, as you can see. I think I have what's left of that on the next one. Yeah. Okay, so this one, I just used the pigment stamps, and I had let this dry for a couple of days, and then I went in and used it to pull a print. So this is, over here is the last bit of the last one that I showed you, you know, and then I did put some yummy yucky colors down and pulled that. This one is still sticky. I think maybe I used matte medium on that one. I don't really remember. Okay, and got another one with blobs. And I did like that, but I wanted to make the next one a little bit more complex, which is what got me here. Anyways, thank you for taking the time to watch. I appreciate you, and I will talk to you later. Bye.